All right, boys, today we're taking a look at the Z790 Tachyon. Can it compete? Happy New Year's, boys. We are in for a wild 2024. Basically, here at Frame Chasers in the last few months, the supporter revenue income has over doubled. So basically, with the doubling of the revenue on the channel, we can double down on everything. The frequency of the content, the quality of the content, the amount of hardware that we can buy and review unbiasedly on the channel. So you're definitely going to want to hit that subscribe button and stick around for 2024 because you're about to see a whole new Frame Chasers. We're also going to be doubling down on going after these corporations for false advertisement, plus a couple of new secret ventures that I'm working on that I will keep you guys posted on. If you think we were making an impact before, wait till you see the impact we make this year. So the goal for today's video is we're going to see how well this thing overclocks memory-wise, and then we're going to see if it's actually worth buying over the Apex Encore in any kind of special circumstances. So then what we're going to do, I'm going to take probably 2 or 3 CPUs to this thing. We will definitely use the 8200 validated CPU on this one to see if we can get 8200 on this one as well. And then we'll take a couple of other CPUs and just see how well the XMP works. The XMP voltages on the old Tachyon were very poor, so I'm hoping Gigabyte actually spent a bit of time and fixed that up a little bit, because the last one, the odds of you having a stable XMP were near zero. Now, right out of the gate here, I'm gonna say I don't like the board, which is funny because I really liked the other one, the non-X Z790 Tachyon. Now, the reason why, firstly, I don't like this one, it's the exact same board. I feel like literally it's the exact same board. Same everything. I feel like they literally just did another batch of the old Z790 Tachyons and just put an X on the box and then resold it. So the Z790 Tachyon X here, there have been literally 0 improvements to it over the old Z790 Tachyon. Same M.2 layout, same PCIe layout, same everything. It still has Wi-Fi 6 on it. They didn't even improve the Wi-Fi. The I/O is the same. Like, it is literally the exact same motherboard as the old one. I guess there's a nice little X here on the model number. But now it could just be a case of like, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, which I am all for, honestly. But the problem is here is that, well, the price of the motherboard. This motherboard here is $699, and then you can get the Apex Encore for about $630. So it's anywhere from $50 to $70 cheaper for the Encore. Also, a couple of little things like the I/O shield isn't built in here. It's an eATX motherboard, so it fits in less cases. And it looks like ass, let's be real. So for $70 less, you can get the Apex Encore, Wi-Fi 7, a Gen 5 M.2 slot, and an ATX form factor. So it's kind of better in every single way, specs on paper, right? The only advantage this motherboard has is that iGPU enabled for quick sync, which is still massive. So this one is still going to be the best in terms of single PC streaming, all-in-one workstation, that kind of thing. What I would have liked to have seen, I mean, if they wanted to go down the route of if it ain't broke, don't fix it, at least make it $100 cheaper, make it $599, because you're up against the Apex, right? So the competition is quite fierce in this segment. And then you're also up against a $300 Nova and a $300 Z790i Edge ITX board. So for half the money, you can still get the same performance out there, right? So far on paper, the Tachyon X, the new one, it's a very tough sell. So regardless of the results, I will leave an affiliate link below down to this motherboard, just in case it does fit your needs. All right, so let's go upstairs, check the XMP, and let's go check the Max OC. Let's go. But before that, this video was brought to you by the insane amount of supporters I have on the channel. All hardware on this channel is bought with supporter money so that I can purchase products through retail channels and bring unbiased reviews to you. So if you believe in the vision here at Frame Chasers, head on over to framechasers.org, become a supporter, get access to the Discord where we have the absolute best hardware community on the entire internet. All information in the Discord is filtered and curated so that there is zero misinformation in there, which, as most of you know that frequent the forums or Reddit, is worth its weight in gold. Okay, so I just fired it up over there with the 8200 CPU with the 8200 memory sticks. Now, oh, wait a minute. Let's go 7600 to start. I mean, I'm assuming that's gonna work, right? There's no way that wouldn't work, but I guess we'll look at the XMP voltages first, actually. Okay, so we fired it up here at 7600. What I really love to see about this motherboard is that PCH temp. That was the best thing about the old Tachyon as well. I don't know what Gigabyte's doing here to make their PCH temp so low, but basically with such a low PCH temp, your memory sticks are gonna run way cooler out of the box just because the rest of the motherboard is running so cool as well, right? But anyway, let's see what voltages it's using for XMP here. SA13 and Q135 and where the hell is VDD2? There. Oh, that's actually really good. 1.3. So this should work at 7600. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to sit here for 24 hours and worry about it. Let's just keep increasing it until it insta errors. That's probably a better way to go about it. Okay, let's go 7800 next. See if this works or insta errors. Okay, so we're doing 7800. It looks like the XMP voltages didn't change. 135 and 1364. Looks the same. So I'm actually gonna let this run for 30 minutes just to see. Oh shit, look at that. So it actually errored at the 5-minute mark for 7800. So an 8200 chip will error on XMP at 7800, which makes sense. These voltages aren't the best. They're okay, but they're not as good as the Apex Encore in terms of plug and play ability, I want to say. So this board, I can already tell, is going to be a little bit less user-friendly to newcomers to the space. Okay, so next then, let me try and actually get 8000 stable, and then I'll just faffle with the voltages myself to see if I can get it to work.
One eternity later.
All right, so I did manage to get 8000 working. We're about 23 hours in now, so this is, consider this stable here. But yeah, that took quite a bit of effort. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get 8200 working. I'll try, but so with an 8200 chip, it might just be that 8000 is the max, but let's find out. All right, so it's about 2 days later now. I've been trying everything, trying to get that thing at 8200, and it is just not happening. I mean, man, no matter what I try on this thing, it's just not happening. So I'm going to go ahead and say that like 8000 is probably the max on this motherboard, unless you have some extreme, crazy god bin CPU. So actually, it's the next day again, and as luck would have it, so we just tried using the 8200 CPU on that thing. Didn't work. This one here, a customer actually ordered a bundle a couple of days ago, and I've been stress testing it, and I actually just managed to hit 24 hours at 8000. So what I'll actually do, just for kind of shits and giggles here, I'm going to take this CPU that just passed 24 hours at 8000, I'll throw it in here, and I'll try and use the same voltages just for comparison's sake, and then let's just see if it works. Okay, so I took this CPU, the 8000 I just validated, threw it in there. Now, let's go to 8000. And I'm going to punch in the exact same voltages that I had on the Apex Encore, and let's find the difference. Okay, yeah, so 47 minutes, 8000. I used the exact same voltages. Seems fine. I'm not gonna sit here for 24 hours, but yeah, it seems just fine. Look at that PCH temperature though, man. 35 Celsius on the PCH. That's the best benefit of this board. But you know what? I couldn't get 8200 working on the other one, but let's try and getting it working on this one. I mean, why not? I mean, that wouldn't make any sense, but hey. Nope. Nope. All right. Forget this. It's not happening. Yeah, I don't know. It could be the board itself, but 8200's not happening on either CPU. So the Tachyon, it's kind of mid. The biggest con of this board being the XMP voltages. It looks like they're still using them for 13th gen. So like I would even argue to say that half of the 14900Ks will just freeze as soon as you try to run anything on it. So that's the first strike. The second strike, obviously, as we mentioned before, would be the price. Now, if you can get the Apex Encore for $70 cheaper, we were actually talking about this on stream, somebody brought it up. What if you took that $70 and bought an Intel Arc card? Not this one, obviously, but you bought like an A380, and then you put it in the bottom slot on your Apex Encore? Well, now you got QuickSync again. So sometimes you can find A380 graphics cards for about $90, and then you actually get AV1 recording and encoding as well. So we might do a future video on that. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you want to see something like that. Like we'll do Tachyon QuickSync for $700 versus Apex Encore with an Arc card for $720. And then if that actually ends up being a more viable option, then this motherboard is basically obsolete right out of the gate. Now, the biggest pro to this motherboard is just how cool it runs. The chipset on this thing doesn't go past 45 Celsius, which means your memory sticks will run 3 to 4 Celsius cooler without airflow. So if you know what you're doing and you're struggling with DRAM temperatures, this motherboard might be for you as well. So yeah, it's just mid from top to bottom. Everything about it is just, it's just mid. So unfortunately, Asus gets the W here. I'll leave an affiliate link to the Apex Encore down below too, but for, I would say, 90% of people, that's going to be the better buy. It is what it is. Gigabyte really missed an opportunity here, but that sounds like a Gigabyte problem. Anyway, guys, I hope you learned something. And if you like the content, hit that subscribe button. Do all that to YouTube SEO stuff. God damn it. If you like the content, hit that subscribe button. Do all that YouTube SEO stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Comment down below what you think of the Tachyon X, but not really an X. Kind of an old Tachyon. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you later. You want more? You want more? Okay. It is Christmas. Okay. Here you go, kitty. You took both of them at once? What the fuck? Kitty, that's enough. Let's go have a real food. Come on, let's go. Let's go. My good baby. Who's that? Is it yummy? Let's go. Let's go. Yay!